Big thunder strikes. Big thunder strikes. It could only happen at Disneyland.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. A roller coaster has been around since 1979 at Disneyland, and has been replicated in many other Disney parks. Many coasters have come and gone since then, but why has this one been so successful? That's what we're going to talk about on this episode of Thrill Time. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the realism of the rockwork and how the coaster layout is built around it. The rockwork around the ride at Disneyland is modeled after Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah. Bryce Canyon has these unique structures called hoodoos. They're like these weird pinnacles of rock that stretch up maybe 50, 60 feet in the air. And as you can see as a comparison, the rockwork of Big Thunder really does line up pretty well with Bryce Canyon. The other thing about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is that it's not just a roller coaster with a somewhat random layout. It was designed to look like the rockwork came first, and then the roller coaster was built around it. One of the original inspirations for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was the Dahlonega mine train at Six Flags over Georgia. This roller coaster was more of a family roller coaster, and when Tony Baxter, one of the key Imagineers who created Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, saw this coaster, he thought that there really wasn't a reason for all these twists and turns in the coaster track, but he wanted to make something where there was a reason to go to certain places in the coaster layout because of how the rockwork was in the environment. So you don't just go down or twist around a corner just to do that. You do that because you have to, because of the way the rockwork is built. The other reasons for why I think that Big Thunder Mountain is so successful lines up with this idea that the theming brings the rockwork and the ride and the environment to life. The roller coaster itself, it doesn't tell us a story in the cinematic sense, where you have dialogue and characters telling you about different things, but it does give you short scenes that inspire a sense of fear, fun, and amazement as you ride on a runaway mine train that's out of control. So one of these scenes is really at the beginning of the ride. You have this pitch black darkness as you go into this cave, and you have these bats flying, and it really just gives you kind of this sense of fear. And then really the next scene is you climb up on the lift hill, but when you look over to the left, you're in a cavern and you have this water lit up in really a rainbow of colors. And you have this big waterfall falling down above you. And really, I think that gives you this kind of sense of awe and amazement. Another aspect of the ride are the animatronics. Now, there's not many animatronics on this ride, but there are different animals that do different things, like a goat that's holding a stick of dynamite, and just a few different animals along the way that, make different noises as you pass by them. So it really just gives you a sense of feel like this is really just a living environment that you're going through. Another really cool part of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is this mine shaft explosion scene as you go up the third lift hill. This is a fairly new scene that was put in within the last 10 years or so, but you're basically supposed to be blown out of a mine shaft with dynamite. And so you see all this smoke flying up around you, and your train rocks back and forth. Now, this scene is only at Disneyland as far as I know, but it's really just a cool and unique scene as you go up this lift hill, and it really just makes the ride that much better. Another key element that really makes this roller coaster ride so successful are the sound effects from the speakers around you that make the coaster really sound like an actual train. And that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be on, a wild train ride through the wilderness. Another reason why I think this ride is so successful is this line.
"'Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!"
It's just a classic line, a piece of narration that's at the beginning of when you're boarding the ride, and it's a simple but so effective line that always brings a smile to your face and lets you know that you're going to have an amazing time on this ride. Another reason why this roller coaster has been so successful is really just the capacity rating that it's able to handle every hour. So it can handle 2,400 riders per hour, which is higher than Space Mountain and Splash Mountain. And so really, I remember riding this ride growing up, and it's like, well, we didn't really need to always get a fast pass for it to skip the line, because it usually had a shorter line than other rides like Haunted Mansion, Splash Mountain, Space Mountain. You could really just wait in line for it, and you could get a fast pass for something else. The good capacity rating also is something that gets people to ride the ride more, because they don't have to wait in as long of a line as other rides. Another thing that makes this ride successful is really just the ride restraints that it has. It's just one big lap bar. There's nothing in between you and the person sitting next to you, so it gives you just a whole lot of room to move around and slide around, and you get something that's not really painful to sit in. It makes the ride just so much more enjoyable. It really just lets you share the ride with the person sitting next to you so much more than other coasters do. Another key thing about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad are the constant refurbs that it goes through. So it really just keeps the roller coaster fairly smooth, doesn't get super rough, and it makes people want to ride it more. A lot of roller coasters get really rough, whether steel or and especially wooden roller coasters, and it just kind of ruins the ride for a lot of people. So I think that these constant refurbs and the investment that Disney puts into the roller coaster itself really makes people want to ride it more and continue to ride it. Another reason why this ride is so successful is that it caters to the family demographic so well. You only need to be 40 inches tall to ride this roller coaster, which is pretty short compared to a lot of roller coasters around the world, and it fits in a much needed thrill ride spot at Disneyland. I feel like this is really just a perfect family coaster. There's nothing that's super scary, and it's really just a lot of fun. Every time you ride, you want to ride it again and again and again, and it just brings people back and brings family closer together, really, and that's just something that Disneyland does so well. So I really love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's one of my favorite roller coasters. I just really enjoyed going on it growing up, and I still do. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in the comments below, and let me know why you think it's so successful. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I'd really appreciate you pressing the like button so this video gets out to more people. Also, my channel has videos all about roller coasters and theme parks, so if you want to watch more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.